The Nigerian Air Force says that it is proud of the first successful servicing of its fleet of fighter jets within the country. During the handover of the 6 Alpha jets and AC-130H jet, Minister of State for Defense Olushola Obada emphasized that the fleet will help in tackling the nation's security challenges.
With new security challenges facing the nation, changing the face of the game is necessary. That's why the Air Force is celebrating the first periodic maintenance of its fighter jets in the country.
It's a great day, not just for Nigeria, but for the Nigerian Air Force. For the very first time ever, we have had a successful periodic depot maintenance of our aircraft in country without having to carry them out to other countries for maintenance. And as you can see, the aircraft are already in operation. They are flying very well. And it is the start of great things to come along the line of the transformation agenda of Mr. President, that we should start to look inwards, that we should do things differently for the benefit of our country. Now, many of our engineers, of course, have worked on this aircraft. They are acquiring knowledge. That means we can now go ahead and maintain and reactivate many other aircraft that have been more or less moribund. We can bring them back to life. We are gaining expertise. We are gaining knowledge. We are saving Nigeria and foreign exchange, and we are all the happier for it. To God be the glory.
The next phase for the aircraft will be utilization, and the pilots are glad their days of redundancy are over.
They were beginning to show signs of little failure, and we were just trotting on. And as a fighter pilot, you want to be in the air. That's where you should be. But without the aircraft, you can't fly. But now that we have the aircraft, we will, practice our profession. We can do what we are meant to do.
For an expert on the maintenance team, it's been a great challenge.
We are ready, and we will be more than happy to do more.
The Nigerian Air Force in 1982 acquired 24 units of its present number of fighter jets. The aircraft were previously being maintained by 2 international engineering firms until liquidation in 2010.
Now, in the effort to adequately equip participants at the National Defense College to face the current security challenges facing the nation, the institution's curriculum has been overhauled. The Chief of Defense Staff, Admiral Ola Ibrahim, made this announcement, noting that the college is determined to enhance the capabilities of the armed forces through training and retraining of officers. He was speaking at the inauguration ceremony of Course 22 of the college in Abuja, just as the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Abubakar, announced the adoption of intelligence-led policing strategy to address national security. Our correspondent Gloria Umeozoke reports.
This year, a total of 141 participants, including 17 foreign officers, have been selected to undergo 11 months training on the rudiments of statecraft and strategic thinking. The curriculum, which has expanded to enable officers confront new threats, would also require new approaches and greater sophistication in equipment and capabilities of security agencies.
Painstakingly selected by the services, so we are not going to be disappointed. And they just joined the ranks of the generation of other senior officers who must have trained here. So we are looking forward to them. They are the future of the armed forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and their respective countries.
It's the best institution in the sub-Saharan Africa and one of the best in the world. So we expect the participants to come out with a quality knowledge and skills that will be applied in their real life. The Nigerian armed forces have identified this long time ago, and synchronization of ideas has been applied, and we are moving forward.
In the same vein, the need to constantly update skills has prompted the move by the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Mohammed Abubakar, to adopt intelligence-led policing strategy to address national security.
By assisting the police with useful information and intelligence on crime and their activities in the society, and participating actively in the policing of the environment through neighborhood watch or vigilante activities, members of the public will be boosting police crime preventive capacities and capabilities and enhancing national security.
Security agencies have continued to advocate an active public intelligence, which will greatly assist in crime prevention, especially in the face of the persistent insecurity in the country. Gloria Umezuke, Channels Television News.
Well, the president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Pastor Ayo Orisejafo, says that the action of forcefully taking away and holding somebody for ransom has become a publicity stunt that explains the serious insecurity in Nigeria. While appealing for the release of the Archbishop of the Niger Delta province of the Anglican Communion, Reverend Ignatius Kate, Pastor Orisejafo urged the federal government to treat kidnappers like armed robbers and terrorists. The CAN president, in a statement, expressed fears that if kidnapping is not matched with equally harsh punishment, Nigeria may be in for a worse situation than the case with the current terrorist activities. Reverend Kate was kidnapped in Port Harcourt, the River State capital, last week, together with his wife Beatrice, who's been released. Operation Safe Haven, the special task force maintaining peace and order in Plateau State, north-central Nigeria, now has a new commander. Major General David Enetie takes over from Major General Henry Ayola and becomes the 7th commander of the task force. This is part of the recent reshuffle going on in the military. The Special Task Force was established in 2010 with a mandate to restore law and order through a joint military effort in Plateau State.
Also, the state of the peace today, there is a traffic gridlock all over Jos. That tells you more people have come into Plateau, into Jos in particular. And I think those are obvious evidences of the state of affairs on the Plateau today.
What I'm just going to do is to build on what he has done. The civil-military relation aspect, confidence-building effort, and making sure that as much as possible, people can sleep with their eyes closed. And of course, the mandate of the mission, which is to restore law and order in the Plateau in aid of civil authority, will be achieved.
Now, still talking security, this time to the southeast of the country, the Abia State Command of the Nigerian Police Force says it would enforce the time restriction on tricycles. While interacting with journalists at the command headquarters, Umuahia, the commissioner says that the measure is to checkmate the activities of hoodlums and criminals who use these tricycles.
There's a limit of usage of the motorcycle. For the motorcycles, is completely banned in 2 places, 2 towns, 2 major towns. That is Umuahia and Aba. Other areas, other locality, you can use it at any given time, but not in these 2 cities. And for even tricyclists, from 9 o'clock, they are banned. They should not operate, because we find that the kidnappers are using the tricycles machine more than they were using Okada before. They were using the machines, motorcycles. But since they banned the abolition of using motorcycle, they now combated or decided to use these tricycle machines in odd hours.
Now, the Kogi State Police Command has paraded some suspected armed robbers accused of being involved in a bank robbery. The State Deputy Commissioner of Police, Austin Ewawokun, told journalists at the State Command headquarters in Lokoja that the young men have been accused of robbing the First Bank and traders along Omala. Some arms and ammunition were recovered from the suspects.